Okay, so the topic for this week is how do you organize your collection? And so currently we organize our games by mechanic, which looking at how other people do their games on other shows,
Right.
I don't know if they even do that. So we're going to go over how we did that.
I don't know.
In the past, we used to organize it by genre, and some organize alphabetically or by size, so they put all the like-size games together.
Right.
So you see here on this picture on the right, you see the little, we laminated it because I could be type A about that.
True.
It says cooperative. So let's take a look at how we do that. So here is a picture of the way we used to do it.
This was in our old house.
And so that was organized by genre. So you'll see on the very left is all the history games going from order of prehistory to modern history, and then you'll see on the top of those shelves, educational abstract games, and as you go to the right, it has different themes like World War II and World War I.
And we changed it a few times too while we were there.
Because we also dusted them. And
oh yeah.
being in Arizona, you get lots of dust.
Yeah.
So if now you'll see here, we have wire shelves because when we moved, we had them on rolling carts. And we used pallet packing tape around them. We had to have two Penske trucks to move here, and 2/3 of one truck was taken up by our games. So you'll see that they're all labeled in different sections. So if you look at, for instance, Push Your Luck games is one section. And the reason why we did this is because Julie, you like to pick games by which you're in the mood to play, and you think by mechanic.
I do. In the olden days, and we were in Tucson, when you'd be like, go pick a game, pick whatever game, I'd be in that room for gosh knows how long, trying to find where the game is, because I didn't know what, say XYZ game was, because maybe you've only played a couple times, but in my mind, it was just getting all mushed around with other stuff.
Right, because it was organized by genre, but not mechanic. Right. And you think of, all right, I'm in the mood for a dice game.
Yes.
And so that's why we're organizing it like that. So let's take a look at the other categories that we have. So we have tile laying games, and the Carcassonne games are above that shelf. And you made me think like, well, that game is not, it has dice in it, or it has this. Well, that's true. You can have games with multiple mechanics, so there is some leeway in where we place it. And so people might disagree with, well, yeah, it's a tile game, but it has dice too, or it's also cooperative. So we'll decide where we place it ourselves, and people can disagree with that. But you see there are cooperative games there. Flashpoint we'll review down the road here. That's probably our favorite cooperative game.
I do like that one a lot.
So Dungeon Master means that you have somebody playing, the Dungeon Master. It's the Dungeon Master versus all players who play cooperative, but the Dungeon Master is trying to defeat them. Deduction games is a category that we pick things by. We have programmable games such as Colt Express and Robo Rally, and then you have character power games. Not too many of those games, but that's where Citadels goes in Puerto Rico. We have 2-player games, so we have a whole shelf just dedicated to that. So those will be mixed with different types of mechanics. And so because there's not too many in that, Julie will know which one to pick based on what you're in the mood for.
And some of those I don't ever pick. Like I don't ever pick Sails of Glory or Battle Cry. Those are just not my kind of game. That's what he would play with one of the boys, or if our friend Anthony just came over with Amanda being at work or something, that would be something that the two of you would want to do. That's way above my pay grade.
Fact,
I don't do that.
One of the singers that we play music with, his name is Rory. We do an Aussie tribute band with him, and he stayed here to practice with us, and he hadn't played games in a long time.
That's true.
He grew up playing D&D and those games with his brother, SPI and Avalon Hill, and so he had time to play, and we played Memoir 44 and he loved that game.
I did not play.
No, he watched though.
I did.
So we have our worker placement games there, and then we see on the next slide we have the Rummy style and trivia type games.
I like
Here we
those.
have race games. Now you may think, what do you mean by a race game? Well, the way I group those is the game will end as soon as one player meets a certain victory condition. And you never know when the game's going to end.
Right.
So that's why we group that in race games, because it doesn't have a predetermined set amount of turns or predetermined whoever gets this many points. It is whoever gets out first or gets to this point first,
Right.
the game ends.
Right.
And then we have a miniature section, which you'll play Star Wars miniatures sometimes.
Only if I get to be Yoda and I only roll him and that's it.
Right. And then here's our educational. We group it by, language arts, science, and social studies, and like math games. Now you can say there's a lot, most games have math, but that's because these are more didactic. They tend to be designed just to teach math
Right.
to children. And now all games can have math elements in it, but this is more mathy, more educational than others.
True.
So when we have young people come over, we'll maybe pick some of these.
Right.
Or when I teach in the classroom. Area control is your least favorite category, even though you do like kingdoms. And there's another one that you like that's in this category. Now you may say word games. Wasn't those language arts games? Yes, but they're more less educational like.
Right.
It's more
Fun.
party style.
Yeah. Right.
And then we have most points turns. So in other words, there's a predetermined amount of turns. You know when the game's going to end. And whoever has the most points wins. And then player versus player games, that's where you're basically trying to defeat the other player. You win when the other player loses.
Right.
So that's how we group those. And you don't pick many from those because
No.
it's usually too competitive. And then we have dexterity games.
My least favorite.
Yeah, your least favorite, but you do like pitch car.
I do.
Yeah,
Yes, I
that's
do
in
like
there.
pitch car. Yep.
And speed games, you also don't pick those
Oh
too often.
no. I will play those if David or the boys really want to play, or if we have company over
Right.
and they're like, "Come on, let's play this." I will play it, but
Yeah,
not
you
my
don't
favorite.
go to that shelf too often.
No.
And then we have bid auction games. So eventually we're going to go over Biblios. We like that game a lot.
I do.
And then High Society is there. So
I like that one too.
And then deck building. We do like those a lot.
Yes.
And then the last shelf is the RPG shelf. So for instance, we played Dungeons and Dragons with my brother's children for the first time. Even though he taught me Dungeons and Dragons, he never played with his kids. So when they visited here, he says, well, this is an experience. You need to try it. So hopefully they play D&D more often.
And they had fun. I was the little baker and I made chocolate chip cookies while they all played.
Right.
But it was fun to see the kids playing with their dad and their uncle. And
What are they, 16, 14, and 10?
yes.
So,
And I think David played too.
Yeah, David, my son, played too. So it was interesting that my brother waited that long to play that with
Right.
me, even though he plays a lot of games with them, but it was interesting to play their first RPG.
And they really liked it.
So that is how we organize our collection. Oops.
And
I just-
everybody does it their own way, whatever's most comfortable for them.
Right.
There's no right or wrong. You always have to do it what's best for you and your little family. That's
yeah,
it.
But for us, we did it because when I say to Julie, pick out a game, you'll think mechanics, and I think it
Yep.
works well for us.
It does.
So again, thanks for tuning in this week, and
Thank
we'll
you
see
so
you
much.
again next
Have
week.
a great week, and we'll see you next week. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.